On to that breaking news now. The North Gauteng court has now ordered that the state capture report be released no later than 5 p.m. today. This after President Jacob Zuma earlier withdrew his application to interdict the report. Well, for more on this, we cross live to our reporter Aldrin St-Pierre, who is outside the court. Aldrin, exactly what has the court said, and at what time are we going to see the report released?
Well, Nompu, the order from the court is quite clear that the report should be released by 5 o'clock on the website of the Office of the Public Protector. So that's when we expect the report to be released. Tell you earlier on, just before that order was set down, the Office of the Public Protector issued a statement in which it said that they are aware, or they note rather, that President Jacob Zuma has decided to withdraw his application, and the Public Protector's Office doesn't mind releasing the report. However, they are cognizant of the fact that that you have that application from Mosebenzi Zwane, the Minister of Mineral Resources, who's also tried to interdict the release of the report. However, what we can confirm, though, is that considering that you have this order that has now been handed down, and the Office of the Public Protector's Council was also part of these councils that were sitting down, drafting the order, stating that the report should be released by 5 o'clock, it seems that that indeed will happen. We've tried to confirm with the Office of the Public Protector if the report will indeed be released at 5 o'clock. However, they haven't been available for reaction with regards to that, or rather to confirm that. And right now I'm joined by the DA, which is the main complainant in the state capture investigation. Are you all relieved that it has come down to this and the report will now be released as ordered by the court?
Yes, we are obviously very pleased with the order that was handed down. We think that that was the correct order because the provisions of the Public Protector Act are very clear that when the report is finalized, it should be published as soon as possible and given to the complainant. That's now taking place, and we will take further action as and when required.
Do you read anything at all into President Jacob Zuma first making this application just before Thuli Madonsela was about to release the report? That matter was to be heard a couple of days after Thuli Madonsela's last day in office, and now on the 1st of November, the matter was then set down where President Jacob Zuma was to apply for an amendment of that application to declare the state capture report unlawful. He also planned to ask for postponement. That application was withdrawn, and now we have this main application and also the amendment to that application also withdrawn. Do you read anything into that at all?
Well, I think that the President's case was an appallingly thin one. We've said so all the way along. There was very, very little of any substance, and I think that the President recognized that he was going to take a beating in court, including possibly an action that we contemplated relating to perjury, in the sense that the President, we believe, lied under oath in an affidavit. I think that he decided that he didn't want to go there, and the easiest thing for him to do was to withdraw.
Yesterday, the council representing the UDM as well as COPE, Advocate Darlin Mpofu, indicated that the suspicion from the opposition party is that the reason why the president was trying to block the release of the report is that he feels that if he is indeed implicated, and if it is found that he has failed to uphold, protect and defend the Constitution, and with regards to the Executive Ethics Code as well, and being the president of the country, that the state capture report could be the basis of an impeachment being brought against the president. Is that something that the DA agrees with? Or would the DA actually use this report when it's released eventually and the president is implicated in it?
Well, I think depending on what is contained in the report, there are the very real possibility that the president could either be impeached, or that the motion of no confidence that is already before the National Assembly would in fact be passed by the South African Parliament.
Another one is you have the application by Mosebenzi Zwane. That's some say probably technicality, but obviously another hurdle, considering that the Public Protector in a statement also acknowledges that there's this application by Mosebenzi Zwane which will only be heard on Tuesday. You were saying earlier on the only way that Mosebenzi Zwane can now try to get this, to prevent the release of this report, is that if he comes on an urgent basis to block this order that has been handed down by the court.
That is correct. He would have to come between now and 5 o'clock with an urgent application to block it. And judging from the mood of the court today, I don't think that the justices would be particularly sympathetic to that type of action.
Certainly, considering that yesterday they opened the window for Mosebenzi Zwane's counsel was actually thinking about it. The counsel was afforded an opportunity to be part of the case. They said they were not ready. They'll only be ready on Tuesday. On what basis then would you say that today I'm ready?
No, well, I think they would be hopelessly contradictory. And as I say, I think the judges would laugh it out of court.
Just the final question is with regards to the cost. This was something that was quite emphasized by the councils, that President Jacob Zuma should pay in his personal capacity and taxpayers should not foot the bill.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we had a parliamentary reply given this morning that the state costs for the president in the Nkandla matter amount to nearly 3 million rands. This court action, our attorney reckons, cost the South African taxpayer 2 million rands. We reckon that the spy tapes case cost the South African taxpayers 10 million rands. There's got to come a stage where the people of South Africa don't have to pay for frivolous litigation that is paid for, or that is taken by the president using taxpayers' money.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much. That is the DA's Federal Executive Chair, James Self, speaking to us, just giving us reaction with regards to this order that has now been handed down by the High Court. We expect that report to be released by 5 o'clock as per the order of the High Court, unless, of course, as James Self has indicated as well, unless if Mosebenzi Zwane comes on an urgent basis to try and block the release of that report, or the Office of the Public Protector decides that based on the application brought by Mosebenzi Zwane, which will be heard on Tuesday, that it would not be pure court, it would be courtesy to have that report released at this moment. It's back to you in studio.